Doesn't matter whether you write it down or type it. Just do it. Get it on paper. Today, we are exploring one of the most powerful tools managers and leaders can use to develop their skills and improve their performance. If you do it, I guarantee you that it will be a blessing in your life. We will check in with one of Texas' favorite sons and learn why this very talented all-star is not only a practitioner, but an ardent evangelist for the practice. Matthew McConaughey, a native of Uvalde whose mother, a teacher, taught in a private school about a mile from Robb Elementary, where many years later 19 children and 2 teachers were massacred, grew up in Longview in East Texas. McConaughey is an award-winning actor with more than 55 films to his credit. He is the author of Green Lights, the best-selling life-changing memoir that has inspired millions of readers through his unflinching honesty, unconventional wisdom, and lessons learned the hard way about living with greater satisfaction. Hear McConaughey explain the value of journaling.
Dudes don't journal. Yeah, we do. I'll tell you why. Any of you dudes out there work daily to be better men, have places you want to go, things you want to achieve in life, be better fathers, be better friends, be better at our career. Write them down. We have them in our head, but when we write them down, we all of a sudden become objectively aware of what we're trying to achieve and what we're chasing. Write them down. It's like a personal contract with ourselves.
McConaughey is certainly not a lone wolf when it comes to his enthusiastic embrace of journaling. Great leaders from our past, Thomas Edison, Winston Churchill, Teddy Roosevelt, Mark Twain, Albert Einstein, and Marie Curie are all among the hundreds of thousands of notable figures who have kept journals. Former President Barack Obama regularly kept a journal during his White House years. It is an important part of British entrepreneur Richard Branson's daily routine. Arianna Huffington, Tony Robbins, and Oprah Winfrey agree that success in life starts with acknowledging what you already have. They also share a similar daily journaling ritual that helps them achieve short-term and long-term success. They regularly make a list of what they are grateful for. In my career transition and career management coaching classes, I strongly recommend beginning the practice of journaling each day with goals for the day and the week. I tell my clients they should begin by listing 3 things for which they are grateful. Whether you are engaged in a job search, starting a business, or leading a national enterprise, days can be filled with rejection, but writing down your gratitude provides a staying power through the hard times. When you land your next better job, as you surely will if you hire me to guide you, you should not stop this incredibly important daily routine. In fact, the more senior your job title is, the more important it is for you to keep a daily journal. I use 2. One is my daily planner. It serves as a transfer journal. I keep track of my calls as well as my daily priorities and the items I need to carry over to the next day. My second journal is my idea journal. It is for creative and reflective thought. In this journal, I work on ideas, make notes for future videos and online courses, and begin cultivating plans for the future of my business. I think about the decisions I've made, which ones went well, which ones did not. I use this time to think about ways I can improve. Now, I am firmly in the Matthew McConaughey camp when it comes to this rule. Write it down. Now, I can confirm there's a correlation between the silver tones in one's hair and the brain's ability to retain ideas for more than 20 minutes. Before we take a deeper dive, let me share information about which products I use. I've been journaling for a long time, and I've used a variety of products from the basic or minimalist styles like a Moleskine to the heavily formatted and very, very expensive designer versions. For my transfer journal, I am currently using a product from Amazon that I like very, very much based on its price, size, and its page format. It is the most flexible of the planners I have ever evaluated. It is called the Amazon Basics Daily Planner and Journal. It is an 8.5 by 11-inch format with a soft cover. The price is $12.75 plus shipping. It gets good reviews, and unless you want or need a more tightly formatted approach, this is an excellent choice. For our Prime members in a metro area, it delivers the next day. Look for a link in this presentation as well as in the video description on YouTube. Let me come clean about my journal purchases in the past. I have paid up to $60 for branded journals from executive coaches that I did not feel afforded me the flexibility or value. That said, buy something you like and will use. That's the whole point, right? Now, my idea journal is a C.R. Gibson black leatherette in a 6-inch by 8.5-inch format. The paper is a dot grid similar to the historic Moleskine design, which is another favorite of mine. Now, this journal is slightly cheaper than the Moleskines. I just started using it, but thus far I'm very pleased. Purchase information links are contained in the YouTube description below. Let me show you how I use my transfer journal. I begin every day around 4:15. I work out beginning at 5 and I'm back at home with coffee and transfer journal in hand at about 6 a.m. From 6 to 6:30, I'm looking over my overnight news feed and information provided by Business Insider. Business Insider is an excellent business news briefing resource. I prefer it because it summarizes key issues without all the inside game jargon you get on CNBC or Bloomberg. They also have an excellent career section. Now, my planning and transfer journal uses a 1-day per page format. Some offer 2 pages per day, but I've never found those helpful. I begin in the top section below the day dates shaded box with 3 things for which I am grateful. I cannot emphasize the importance of acknowledging gratitude to begin each day. It literally has the power to reshape your outlook and your daily performance. In the priority section immediately below my gratitude statements, I use the first box. I designate it as A for my top of mind priorities and ideas reminders for my morning readings. Ideas for the future content will be transferred to my idea journal later in the morning. In B box, I will make notes from coaching calls or to follow up requests from clients from my overnight emails. In box C, I make a list of events and tasks that I may need to carry over to the next day. Those go to box A for that day. Another feature I like about this book is that it provides me with flexibility regarding scheduling times. That can be very, very helpful in my business. As an entrepreneur, I like the flexibility since as the founder of a startup, I work some really long and crazy hours. This is also an ideal feature for people in a job search. I particularly like the 2 boxes at the bottom of each day, end of the day review and ways to improve. Be intentional and be thoughtful and always complete those 2 areas. Do not write just to be writing. This is all about improving your performance each and every day. If you're running a business or managing a job search, you must get better each day to ensure success. And finally, as I said earlier, content development ideas that I want to develop are transferred to my idea journal. Every week, managers and leaders make decisions. Most of the time, we get it right, but sometimes we don't. Our journals, using a process I call reflective thinking, a process originally developed by Rand Stagen, a Dallas-based leadership coach, allows us to reflect on those situations where we miss the mark, to rethink the situation in our minds, to play back the situation and learn. So let's look at it in a slightly different way with a sports analogy. Every week after games during football season, coaches look at hours of film and grade the performance of their play calling as well as execution by the players on the field. Even when the results are uncomfortable, coaches know that the only way they and their players can understand their mistakes and learn is to see game films taken from high above the playing field atop the press box. That angle provides an entirely different perspective to see the action. And that angle is also good for the head coach who is on the sidelines. He may be the most important decision maker, but he has arguably the worst seat in the house for being able to see and understand what is happening. Now, during a game, he may have to make a critical decision for a first down, a touchdown, or to make a call that becomes the difference between victory or defeat. The cameras zoom in on the head coach wearing an expensive radio headset that connects him with the less experienced assistant coaches in the press box. They may have less experience, but they have a better angle to see what is actually happening. Their advice from their different perspective will hopefully help him, the head coach, make the right choice. Now, that football example provides us with a useful illustration as to why journaling is so important. Sports teams win or lose, look at the game film and are coached on ways to improve their performance. But executives, we don't have a game film to review after the fact, but we do have a pen and paper. There is a great quote about journaling. Sometimes only the paper will listen to you. Sitting alone reflecting on activities of the past day or the past week is in effect a game filming exercise. Reviewing a decision may be painful, but it almost always leads to growth as a leader. Journaling is the framework for that review. If you do not keep a journal, it is as if you are going to take a pass on improving your performance. In this rapidly changing market with the thought automation and artificial intelligence coming at us from all angles, not keeping a journal probably will become a career-limiting decision. French philosopher Blaise Pascal wrote, "All of humanity's problems come from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone, reflecting." Please do not forego this incredibly valuable opportunity to become a better leader.